with Shar, and we are at Biggie's, and we are going to do a little meet and greet while we eat some chicken wings. Okay, so Shar, how long have you been a poet?
I have been a poet for, I would say, 13, 14 years at this point. Yeah, it's been a minute.
So how did you get into it? Like, what was your start?
Well, honestly, to be honest, I started writing short stories like when I was in middle school and younger. I used to love writing just stories. I used to love writing stories. But then after I went through some things with the opposite sex, it unlocked that creative side, and I started waxing poetic. I would say I didn't start writing poetry till I was like 21, 22. Yeah. But it only lived in my journal. I never shared anything that I wrote with anybody. So.
Do you remember your first piece that you shared? And can you recite it?
I can't recite it from memory, but it's called The Anomaly. It is in my new book, Late Blooming Lotus. It is the first poem of my new book. Yes, it is. So yeah, I remember I don't think it was the first poem I ever wrote, but it was the first one that I thought, I might be good at this shit, Right. That was the first one where I was like, okay, I might have something here. And so, yeah, and it's basically a introduction to myself as a poet and the creative inspiration behind me starting my creative journey as far as writing poetry goes.
That's good. Yeah. Okay, so if you had one advice to give your younger self, what would that be?
Don't be so afraid, because those poems lived in my journals for like 10 years before I've only been doing open mics and sharing my poetry publicly for a little over a year. I started my poetry page in October of 2022, and I did my first open mic at Jazzy's in December of 2022, right after Christmas. So yeah, if I had started long ago, I could have probably been a lot further along, but everything happens for a reason. So.
I was gonna say everything in due time. Did the music get louder or something?
Yeah, I really want to take a bite.
Oh yeah. We're gonna do a little intermission where we're gonna eat some wings. So y'all enjoy that.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. 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 Y'all better get in here.
So when I first started writing, I always felt like it has to be like big words, complicated. I gotta be saying really like something super deep. But what I realized is the essence of really good poetry is being able to be relatable and being able to connect with people. And Ed Sheeran's writing connects, and it's not deep. I mean,
it's not like, superficial, like
white lips, pale face, snowflakes, and you're like, oh my God, it's mind blowing. It's really not, but it's like, we get it, like we can relate to it. And as listening to his music, because I've been a big fan of Ed Sheeran since before he was famous. Like I've met him a few times and like everything. So just looking at the way that he writes his music and everything, it made me think like, I really don't have to put those big words in there. Nobody understands that shit anyway. So just be more relatable and connect. That's the whole point.
Okay, so Ed Sheeran.
That influenced my writing. I like J. Cole. I love J. Cole. I just like he tells stories, and I love stories. And surprisingly enough, a country artist. Her name is Mickey Guyton. She's the only Black woman in country, really, and she's killing it. And I feel like her whole album that I think it came out like a couple years ago now, but the whole album was like my life. Like I just related to her a lot. So yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Yeah, I love country music. Country music is, people sleep on country music. I like it. Yeah.
My favorite song from like J. Cole that I mean, he draws a really nice image. But Lost Soul, I don't know if you heard that song.
What song?
Lost Soul. Is it Lost Soul? I'm gonna insert the picture, but basically, he talks about how he got with a girl and got the girl pregnant, and when he was with the girl told him like how, like my dad left me and my mom, and my mom had to, you know, raise me up as a single mother, and now you're putting me in the same situation that my daddy put my mama in. Like you thought that you were better, but you just like him. You just like him. Like niggas don't change.
There's some good ones out there. We have to, not all of them. There's a few that are good. My boyfriend being one. But anyway.
Shout out to you, boyfriend. I haven't seen one. I haven't seen any.
Under wrap.
But when he shows up, I might have to rough him up a little bit. Because, like, where were you at? Had me dealing with
Taking
these.
his time doing his dirt. So before, they're always reformed. You know, you just got to get them after that, after the Reformation period, after Reconstruction.
I don't like that. That is so sickening.
It is.
That's
After
so
the 40
sickening.
acres and a mule.
On Black History Month, baby. On Black History Month, I want my 40 acres and a mule. You put in so much time and effort with somebody, and then they decide to like go and be better with somebody else. Crazy.
Just make sure you're the one they decide to be better with. Terrible.
Ooh, okay, so I have a question that I'm going to start asking people, but you'll be the first one I'll ask. Okay, so what is an action you think that a guy has to do to prove that he is into you? Some kind of action.
I would say consistency. That is the number one action. The thing that makes me stop and look twice or take notice is when I can see that consistent effort, because if he wants to, he will. And I have seen that time and time again play out. Like there's no excuses. There's no like, oh, I wanted to, but if he wants to, he will. So yeah, that consistency is the number one action, I would say.
Yeah, I'm learning that. I'm learning that because, you know, I feel like us as women, like we give guys grace, like, oh, maybe he's going through some hard time or he's doing this or that, and like, no, if he wanted to, he would. Just like how you are putting all that effort in and you're doing all of that, he can as easily do it too, but he's just choosing not to, and we have to like stop feeding, like falling for that. Like, let me give grace. No, you need to be hard like a nigga. But that's just me. I don't think
be hard, because that's just not my character. But
that's not me either. But I'm just talking shit right
I
now.
know.
I'm a softie.
Take notice and move accordingly. I would say for myself, like I'm not gonna take it seriously until you take it seriously.
So I'm gonna have Shar recite her poem for us.
Okay. Hey, black man, can I make a confession? With you, I'm starting to have an obsession. Tall and strong, agile and athletic, you have a presence that demands my attention. I will admit this is new for me. Circumstances led me to romances that took away my chances and sent me down a different path, but deep down, secretly, there has always been envy. Envy of couples that flaunt their black love like a badge of honor, as they should. For a while, I've been coveting what they have, but I never could. Now I have my chance, and happiness is within my grasp, and I want you, black man. Its confidence in masculinity seeks out my soft femininity. Lead me, and I will submit willingly. Black man, you speak to me. You are the fire that ignited my creativity initially. You spoke to me charismatically, and I responded in kind and waxed poetically, and now I flow impeccably. You sent for me, so I came for you. Black man, you are my muse. That's literally the only one.
Yes, black man. We love you on Black History Month, okay?
Black History Month, Black love, all of that.
Is there anything you want to say before we end this?
Just my plugs, like, follow me on social media, Char the Poet, CharThePoet. I got my book coming out soon. I just got the first edits back, so I've got to respond to those and like make the improvements. So we're working on that. It's going to take a little bit for me to finish it, but Late Blooming Lotus. I have a couple of features coming up this month. If you go to my Instagram, I will put them on my stories and everything. One on the 7th and the other is on the 24th. But on my social media, I'll have the details. But yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you so much for being here with our tiny pod, and hopefully,
And our snacks.
hopefully you guys learn more about Shar, and you guys can follow her and give her some feedback and support.
All of that.
Peace.